Now though, my next guest, Deborah James, is a mother of two, known to thousands online as the Bowel Babe. In 2016, aged just 35, she was diagnosed with terminal bowel cancer. And since then, she's dedicated her life to raising awareness of the often taboo symptoms of the disease in a whole host of funny ways, one of them being that very picture. Deborah joins us now in what is Bowel Cancer Awareness Month. Hello, Deborah.
Hello.
And I mean, your Instagram is really, really funny, actually.
Thank you.
You know, we're talking about the very seriousness of what you've been through, clearly. But as we say, it is Bowel Cancer Awareness Month, and that is what you've ploughed your energy into. It's trying to make us aware of the symptoms that we don't quite like talking about sometimes.
No, absolutely, because I think if you look at me, according to research, I'm not the kind of person that should have bowel cancer.
Mm-hmm. So you were 35?
I was 35 when I was diagnosed, so just over a year ago. And I was vegetarian. I've been vegetarian for 25 years. And I was quite sporty. I used to be a gymnast. And at the time that I was diagnosed, I was working out about 4 to 5 times a week. And I was, attempting to run. We can all pretend, can't we? I'll just pretend I was healthier than what I was. But essentially, according to research, I shouldn't have got bowel cancer. And then suddenly my world fell apart. Mm-hmm. And I thought for about 6 months prior to my diagnosis that I had typical kind of IBS. So I had some symptoms.
As your doctor did as well?
As my doctors did as well. And I think, people might say, you're not angry at it not being spotted. And I think the reality is that, statistically, it would be more common for me to have IBS mm-hmm. than bowel cancer. But unfortunately for me, I started passing blood in my stools. Mm-hmm. And rather than it going away, it just started getting worse and worse and worse. So I ended up getting a referral to see a colonoscopist. And before I knew it, I was staring my cancer in the face mm-hmm. And kind of screaming at the consultant saying, I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Which was scary.
Of course, it's scary for, you can only imagine to put yourself in that moment, because you've got 2 young children at home,
yeah.
a husband, a great life, everything's happening, and then this is dropped. Bam. on your lap, as so many will obviously recognise as well, having been in the same thing. I mean, we talk about your symptoms and it gradually got worse, but how did it begin? What were those very first early signs?
Yeah, so one of the classic signs, I actually retrospectively had all the classic signs,
really?
But I just didn't know at the time. So for me, the first sign was a change in bowel habits, which, being a busy working mum of 2, I just put it down to stress. I was thinking, it must just be stress. I was a deputy head teacher at the time, mm-hmm. Working long days, as people do, and put that down to stress. Then I started going really often and started kind of getting cramping and kind of having a bit of diarrhoea. But the key thing for me was that I started passing blood. And I initially thought that it was actually just hemorrhoids or, something that was totally benign. And again, kept on justifying it to myself. And then I started losing weight. But again, I started saying, oh, it's okay, I'm just working out.
Of course.
It must be a really good technique that I'm using. Those high intensity classes must be working really well. And then I started feeling really tired. But again, I was just thinking that I was working really, really hard. But actually, they're all the classic signs of bowel cancer. So blood loss, change in bowel habits, weight loss, feeling tired. And there's, for some people, they might get a lump. For some people, they might not get any of those symptoms. And so for me, it was then kind of a total shock, because I justified all these things when actually it turned out to be bowel cancer. And a lot of people don't kind of relate bowel cancer to people under the age of 50.
Yeah.
About 42,000 people are diagnosed each year with bowel cancer. About 2,500 of those are under the age of 50. So it is something that statistically would happen more in somebody over the age of 50. Mm-hmm. However, some people might think, why me? Why am I the person sitting here with bowel cancer? But why not?
Yeah. Well, you are trying your very best to make us all aware of what to look out for. And like I say, your Instagram, the Bowel Babe, is doing just that in really funny ways. Before we let you go, Deborah, we have a lovely message from your lovely husband and 2 children. Take a wee look at this.
Hey, baby. I just wanted to say I'm so proud of you with the way you're dealing with your treatment right now. and for all the amazing work you've been doing to raise awareness for bowel cancer.
I'm really proud of you and everything you're doing, and keep up the good work because you're doing amazingly.
Hi Mummy, you're great. Keep doing what you're doing. Bowel Babe is awesome.
And they appear in Bowel Babe quite a bit, don't they?
They do. You've got to have some fun. I think I'm not trying to make cancer look fun. It's not. But you have to do whatever you can to get through, I think.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are bad days, but you try to have good days as well and make the most of it.
Of course you do. You're doing incredible stuff with it, Deborah. So lovely to meet you. And it is, as you say, it's keep talking. Don't be embarrassed about it. Go to your doctor,
Absolutely.
talk to your friends. We've all got to talk more about it and just take the stigma away.
Absolutely. Breaking down those taboos.
Yeah.
And don't be embarrassed.
Yeah. Okay, Deborah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.